Hi everyone, Steve Wiss here, joined by Kevin Harper for the ICC Champions Trophy semi-final preview between England and Pakistan at Cardiff. The competition really getting into the last stages now for a crunch match. Are you looking forward to it, Kev?
Certainly am, Steve. Yeah, should be a decent conclusion to the tournament. As we intimated ahead of Monday's game, knockout cricket is always exciting. That was certainly the case on Monday, and all being well, we'll get 3 more exciting matches to finish the tournament with.
Yeah, England had an extra day or so to recover in preparation of this game, but Pakistan were obviously here at the same venue, which might potentially help them heading into the contest, do you think?
Yeah, possibly. I don't think either team particularly going to be too worried about that. They've both played at this venue. Maybe Pakistan will be more helped by the fact that they've played knockout cricket already, whereas England haven't played a knockout game since sort of the last World T20. But apart from that, you know, I think sort of preparation will be quite even, really.
All right, let's start with England, and it's been pretty comfortable progress for them so far. 3 excellent wins, it must be said. They have more than justified their favouritism tag so far, but there is one question mark with the team, and that is with opener Jason Roy, and the strong rumours that he will be replaced for this game. Kev, first of all, do you think he will? And secondly, what sort of impact would that have on the team?
Well, all the indications are that he will be changed. Bairstow likely to come in for Jason Roy. I hope England are playing mind games. I hope they don't change. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this England team. As you said, it's won 3 matches and it's won them pretty well. Going into the tournament, we have 3 question marks over England. Could they defend a score? Could they bat with the freedom of being the favourites and home expectation? And could they chase down a high target when they needed to? Well, they've answered all 3 questions emphatically. They chased down the high target against Bangladesh. They defended the score against New Zealand, and they combat with freedom and without pressure, which they've done in all 3 matches. I understand why people are questioning Jason Roy's input into the side, but I think Jason Roy played as big a part in the win over Australia as anyone who scored any runs in that game, and hopefully that won't go unnoticed by the England hierarchy. So as I say, I'm hoping it's just mind games that they're playing with Pakistan, and that when push comes to shove, they name an unchanged side. But by all accounts, if all the reports are to be believed, that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is he just can't score a run, can he? I mean, it looks like my mum could get more with a stick of rhubarb at the moment. He looks terribly out of form, and the way he got out the other day, LBW immediately reviewed it without even asking his partner. It just looked to me like his head was gone a little bit. But at the same time, it's a risk opening the batting with Johnny Bairstow. I mean, I can't even remember him ever doing it for Yorkshire in a match, to be honest, let alone England. So you're really putting someone in at the deep end of a tournament, aren't you?
Well, he done it earlier this summer, didn't he, against Durham? Scored 170 odd. But it's an awful lot different to doing it against a county dibbly-dobbly attack than it is an international attack, let alone a world-class international attack like this is. We've obviously seen this Pakistan attack go really, really well various times, not just in this competition, but in competitions previous. And the simple fact is he's not an opening batsman. Yes, he's done it 8 times in his career, but that's not enough. Nowhere near enough. But if he's going to play, he has to open. If England start pissing about changing all of their batting lineup, then we go right the way back to the 2015 World Cup, and it's that revisited. I really hope England don't do this. I hope they play Jason Roy. Yes, he's out of nick with the bat, but let's not forget that he won England that game in the field with that catch that he took off Maxwell in the last game against Australia. And he could quite easily do that again in this game. He's got a good record against Pakistan as well, 350s and a century against them in ODI cricket in something like 7 or 8 ODIs. And he also goes well at Cardiff in the main. So I wouldn't be so quick to make the change, and I'm hoping England don't do it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what England actually do. But ultimately, forgetting about that issue, the expectation is that the home nation will be too strong for an inconsistent Pakistan. Do you see Pakistan causing too many problems? Because, I mean, they can be up and down like a horse draws, can't they, this team?
Yeah, listen, I gave up predicting what Pakistan are going years ago. You'll start tearing your hair if you try and predict what they'll do. Simple solution here, Steve. If Pakistan play to their ability, they're more than capable of winning this game. If they're 10% off it, they'll get trounced like they were against India.
All right, let's move on to your bets for the game and a performance one to start things off. Mark Wood over 32.5 performance points. As a reminder for those betting in this market, you get a point for every run, 20 points for every wicket, 10 points for every catch, and 25 points for every stumping. But you think he can easily cover 32.5?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, we can take out the points for runs and probably even for catches as well, unless we get really lucky. We're looking for 2 wickets in this match from Mark Wood. I look back at Pakistan's previous games in this competition. I've not taken too much notice of the India game. They barely turned up in that game, but they certainly did in the 2 that followed. And Morne Morkel was all over this lot like German measles. And Nuwan Pradeep had a really good day against them as well. And the reason why they had a good day against them is they bowl back of a length. They bowl a nagging sort of rearing up ball that gets big on batsmen. And I'm not sure the Pakistan batsmen particularly like that. One man who definitely doesn't is the opener, Zaman. It was all too predictable he was going to get caught hooking on the boundary against Sri Lanka. And lo and behold, it did happen. And it will happen here as well, unless someone gets one to shape away from him and he gets the edge on a drive. And it wouldn't surprise me if he gets caught out hooking Wood. Wood's bowled really, really well in this competition. He's bowled really, really well for England for a year or so now, actually. He'll bowl at the start of the innings. He'll bowl at the death, which are the times where the wickets are at their cheapest. And I fully expect him to take 2 wickets in this game. Hopefully only 2 wickets, and the other 8 go to Liam Plunkett. But as long as 2 go to him, we'll be happy enough.
Yeah, the Pakistan batting lineup can potentially be a pack of cards at times, can't it? So it's interesting you're going to go with Safraz Ahmed, the top scorer again. He had a bit of a very interesting innings the other day, didn't he? Certainly had more than a life or two, but he's a gritty character, and he could be the one to take advantage if wickets do fall early, yeah?
Yeah, he's 60 odd for 4 the other day, wasn't he? Quite how Tisara Pereira didn't take the catch off of him. Only Tisara Pereira will know. In fact, he probably doesn't even know either, to be fair. Safras likes this gaff, though. He pretty much single-handedly won Pakistan a game here against England last summer with his 90 odd when Pakistan chased down over 300, a warning sign for England in this match, if ever there was one. And obviously, he top scored against Sri Lanka on Monday. He's a gritty little bastard, this guy. The kind of batsman that I really, really like. The kind of guy who's going to get in line with the ball and get stuck in. And when England start peppering this Pakistan lot with short balls and balls around their throat, and some of them might be found wanting, this guy isn't. He's not their captain for no reason. He bats far too low in the batting lineup, that must be said. But even at 6, I think he can top score here.
Yeah, not a bad price either at 9 to 1, is he? So worth having a go there. And any thoughts about the England top batting lineup?
Well, I mean, bookmakers have cottoned onto the fact that Bairstow looks likely to open. But even then, I wouldn't particularly want to be playing an opening batsman against Amir and Junaid Khan. Then again, you don't really want to be facing Hassan Ali in the middle overs, do you? Could be a game for someone like a Butler or a Stokes. Obviously, Stokes went well here in the last game against New Zealand. Butler's got a pretty good record here as well. One of them 2 maybe, but I wouldn't put too much money on it because Pakistan can take wickets at any stage.
Yeah, they certainly can. And in terms of overall outcome, what are you expecting? Do you think England ultimately will have enough?
Yeah, I expect England to win the game, but if Pakistan perform like they can do, then it's not a foregone conclusion. Obviously, whoever bats first is going to have difficulty. 10:30 start. Pitch probably going to have a little bit in it, even if it's only from dew overnight. And it'll get better as the game goes on. But then, of course, you've got runs on the board, haven't you? First up, and Sri Lanka so nearly proved runs on the board to be vital. In fact, we've seen in these knockout games how runs on the board have been kind of mixed, really. But I think in this game they might actually be relevant, but they'll be hard to come by early doors. It's not a game that I fancy the chasing side in, I must admit. I think both sides can fold quite quickly in a significant run chase. Hopefully it'll be a good game. I expect England to win it, but I wouldn't be in the slightest bit surprised if Pakistan run through them and win this one.
All right, thanks for your thoughts. As ever, we'll be back for the second semi-final preview, India against Bangladesh on Thursday. Good luck with both of those bets there, Kev, and we'll catch you for tomorrow's podcast.
Cheers, Steve. All the best.
Goodbye, everyone.